I
Live
put this
from
shirt on
New York.
North York. Not New. You moved. You're not anywhere near North York anymore. I put on this shirt for you.
Is it too late for a wardrobe change?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so talk to me about our YouTube channel. Hi,
Okay,
everybody out there.
Wait. Can you filibuster for like 30 seconds?
What? No. Okay. All right.
You can do. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Dude. Okay. Philip. Filler. I can't believe it. Okay, so hi everybody out there who's not watching. My guy left, Arthur. I'm not using his name anymore because he's supposed to be here doing the show with me, and he put the wrong shirt on. He put the wrong shirt on. That's not right. He's going to change it. He says it's going to be 30 seconds, and I have to fill this in. And so I don't know. I have actually some
We're
puns
here.
to. Oh, you're. Oh. Dude, okay. Tell me what you're talking. Nice shirt, by the way. Wow.
I know. I just woke up like this.
Yeah. I know. I have to unbutton my top. Okay. Now we're bros. Dude.
Now it's good. I think somebody just turned the heat up in here.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. So talk to me about YouTube, our YouTube channel. Quickly.
YouTube. So
yes.
Last week we got 120 new subscribers.
Damn.
Just taking off. Now, fun fact: it takes 1,000 to be able to monetize. So we're almost there. We're getting close.
Yeah. And this is all Southeast Asia advertising, right?
And Canada.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, Canada's in there too. Represent.
All right. Hi, all the new people.
But a lot of Southeast Asia.
Okay. So what else? So we can monetize soon.
Getting there almost. There's a little caveat, but I was reminiscing back to, back a year ago when we started and we had 5 subscribers, and it was such a grind to get to like 7 and then to 8, and then it was such a celebration. We hit 10. We're like double digits. Yes. But it's just like every subscriber was just felt like so much work. And I feel like we've gotten to a point now where it's just like taking off.
Nice.
Because 120 in a week is a lot. I'm trying to do some quick math, but it's a lot. It's like 20 a day.
It's 120 in a week.
It is. Fun fact. But there's a caveat before we can technically monetize, which is you also need to have public watch time. Now, what we've learned the hard way is that the advertising views don't count towards your public watch time. So you can't, as you say, buy your way to the top. You can't
buy your way to the top. So in other words, it's not really the real world.
So yeah, that's right. So we got some work to do to be able to monetize, but I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see those millions of
what do we need to do?
Dollars.
Just give me some specific things that we need to do. I need to have goals. I need to have specific numbers in my head.
So we need more watch time, which means we need people watching our videos. So some actions here, brainstorming off the top of my head, we could look at, so one option would be thumbnails, right?
No, just tell me specifically how much watch time do we need?
Oh,
we'll get into the tactics in the show. We can get into the tactics in the show. All new people here, this is the pre-show. This is when we just chat, and then we get everybody ready, and then at the show. Hurry up, tell me, what do we need? What do we, okay, how long is it going to take us to get there?
So at our current rate, it's going to take us about 600 weeks. So that's about 10 years.
600 weeks.
But a couple of weeks ago, it was going to take us 1,900 weeks. So we're closing the gap.
Gotcha.
Closing
well, that's good. That's a
here.
really good improvement. Okay, so we're starting to go up. Okay, so everybody who's watching, you're not allowed to stop watching. You're allowed to physically stop watching. You just can't stop watching. Just leave it on your computer.
Yeah, all we ask is you put it on your computer.
Yeah.
Put it on loop, repeat.
Okay.
Don't let your computer go to sleep.
Okay. I'm going to help with our watch time right here. Okay, so I have something for you. I was actually speaking with a friend yesterday. We were reminiscing about Dungeons and Dragons. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
I have not.
Okay, So anyway, well, D&D, fantasy worlds and all that kind of stuff. Lots of fun. You need to do it. It's all the rage right now. Coming back.
Actually,
anyways.
I have a group of friends that are super into it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you need to hook up with them and start to. Anyway, so she's talking about a character that she had, which is a vampire and a demon, like a mixed blood type thing, right? So
A
vampire, mom, demon, dad, something like that, right? So as you know, my tactic to get more viewership is to tell puns. So you ready for this?
You ready?
Okay.
Should I sit down?
So anyways, vampires and demons, well, actually, vampires can't actually hurt demons. They can't kill them. Like, with humans, they suck their blood and humans die and maybe become a vampire type thing. But vampires and demons, but when a vampire sucks the blood of a demon, what happens is the demon's hair all falls out. Did you know demons have hair?
I did not.
Yeah, well, that's because a lot of vampires suck demons' blood, so all the hair falls out. And you know what happens? The demons get really angry because there will be hell to pay. There will be hell to pay. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Hey! Okay. Anyways, maybe I'll have better luck next time.
And another one.
Yep, that's it.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show that supports small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
That's right. We are back live with COVID Marketing episode number 128. The show to support small businesses not to survive, but just to thrive. We need to. Darn it.
Thrive.
Okay. I know. I'll get it. I didn't want to scream too loudly because last week I screamed too loudly and apparently the audio got all messed up. Okay, we are Tuesdays at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. If you have questions on marketing or business or whatever, you let us know in the comments wherever you find folk are seeing this. I'm Brent Kobayashi, president of Kobayashi Zeitguys. And with me is Mr. Arthur Tutt, a marketing specialist at the KZ. We are a marketing agency here in Toronto, Canada.
If you relate to being either a vampire or a demon, or you just really, really, really love Dungeons and Dragons, then obviously you need to subscribe and like and get the notify bell so you never miss another roll of the dice.
You never miss being punished again.
This guy just
That's three.
Can't quit. Can't
I don't know if I. No, it's not going to stop. I mean, the punish pun is the most. Like that's basic. Like both basic in terms of when you're training to be a pun master, but also kind of basic as it's a bit plebeian. Let's put it that way. Yep. Anyways, just a little bit of. For those of you that aren't necessarily in the pun culture, just so you know that when you pull out punished, you're either reaching or you're going next level. Because in the pun world, if it can be really bad, then it's just so you know. All right,
I'm learning.
It's a pretty nuanced culture. Actually, sorry, it's a pretty non-nuanced culture. I think that's the point. I don't know. Okay. You need to acquire a taste. That's what I'm saying. You got it?
I think it's fundamental.
Okay. So anyways, today we are going to do a little bit of a Q&A. But before we start, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. at Blackmore Media. Mr. David Blackmore sent us a phenomenal tweet about last week's episodes. Totally love the support. Totally love the feedback. So remember, leave us a comment on Facebook or YouTube or however you want to. We just want interaction. We want to know that there's people out there that perhaps appreciate puns, perhaps don't. That's okay. You can give us give us hate is still reaching out. Like if you want to be like, like remember the time when somebody was like, I hate the way he shakes his hands. Sit still. I actually really love that. It's like, oh, a person's talking to me on the internet.
Yeah,
All right. So,
you didn't sit on your hands for very long.
yes. No, I know. I couldn't last very long with that. It was challenging. All right. So anyways, we talked about National Kobayashi Day. And he was like, if you're not watching their show on, you're missing out. And then mention it. So happy hashtag National Kobayashi Day. If you're not watching their show, you're missing out. So you're missing out for all those people right now who aren't actually knowing that they're missing out. Because I don't know, you don't know what you don't know. There's a truism right there. All right. Enough. Let's get into the show. I want to do marketing stuff.
I was going to say, a little Confucius says.
Let's get the music going.
All right. Back to the serious stuff. So, Brent, as an example of the last week during our live show, we were told by Chantal Alexandre in the comments that we could use lead capture marketing to attract more viewers. So what is lead capture marketing and how can it benefit small business owners?
Okay. So I've said this, I talk about this all the time and we've mentioned it on this show, but very briefly, lead capture marketing. The way I think of it right now, 2020, 2021, like what you're doing right now is you're actually using platform native lead capture forms, meaning very specifically in Facebook, in LinkedIn, and I think, did you say Google has lead capture?
Google does, yep.
But you have to spend like $50,000 with them first, right? Or something
so
insane like that?
It's nuanced. With Google search ads, I think they're available by default. With YouTube, you have to spend $50K to activate them.
Gotcha. Okay. So anyways, lead capture forms, platform native lead capture forms are just the standard lead capture type stuff, right? So, hey, get my white paper. Hey, do this and fill out, your name, your address, and then you get the thing that you're offering, the lead magnet, you might say. So that's what a lead capture form in general is. Platform native lead capture forms are the form is not on your website, but they're actually on the platform. And they fill out the same thing, name, email, whatever, and you can add questions to it. The difference between platform native and website is with website, the person goes from their thing, they click on learn more or submit or whatever it is that they do in your ad. They go to your website and then your website loads up and then they have to fill in all of their information and hit submit. And it is it's a question of attrition. So when you go through all of those steps, there's a certain percentage of people that do not finish, right? The term in e-commerce is they abandon their cart. They're abandoning the lead capture form. They were kind of interested and then
abandoners.
Yeah. And you might think if the person was really interested, they would have finished filling in all of their information. Well, with platform native, you click on I'm interested, and it immediately shows you the form, but it auto-populates because you're on a social platform and they know your name, they know your email address, they may even know your phone number. And so it immediately says, hey, you wanted this thing? Hit submit. And it's always been used as a lead capture in terms of, hey, do you want this white paper? Do you want to buy from us or something like that, right? In terms of the show, and I'm so glad Chantal brought this up because I really want us to do this. And we haven't done this yet. It's been on my mind for about 3 or 4 months ever since we saw the phenomenal success that we got for doing it with actually some clients for webinars and stuff like that. And that is to basically advertise the show, capture the person's lead, and then push out the, hey, it's going to be live. Hey, I actually think we should link it directly up into Zoom so that the people that registered that way actually get registered into the Zoom webinar. And then it's got a webinar event type feel rather than a tune in at 11:11 Tuesday type feel, which one is I might miss it and I'll watch the recording. And the other is, this is happening at this point. You get all your email reminders. Hey, this is coming up. Do you want to log in? Hey, this happened. You can have all that kind of automation going. So I'm like, this is one of the first things I want to do for marketing on 2021. And the reason why lead capture platform native, it has to happen in LinkedIn or Facebook, is so good is because you don't understand how much exponential growth we've seen when the friction of just a little bit of fill in your information is taken out of the equation. Like your experience as a user, if you think about it, is I was kind of interested. Oh, all I have to do is hit one button. It's like one click checkout with Amazon. It's everything Amazon does to make you be like, I'm ready to just buy. Oh, I had to press one button and now it's being shipped to me tomorrow. It's like bringing it friction out of the equation. And I love it. I love it. I think this is our next big growth strategy for this channel for this year.
I think that's something that people who aren't in marketing, aren't in the internet world like us, tend to underestimate how much a little bit of friction has a huge impact on people's behavior, right?
Yeah.
Because if somebody's thinking of doing a thing, and they have to click a link and then they have to wait, half a second for the page to load.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but they're gone. They hit the back button. They said, this is too slow. This is a waste of my time. And I'm out of here. Right. So anything that you can do to save them a little time, speed it up a little bit, auto populate it, they're actually going to go through and do it. And like you were saying, since using those, we've just seen response rates just skyrocket.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're thinking of this, don't even necessarily think of it as like an event that you're doing, but I would recommend do a webinar, advertise it platform native. And then the webinar is the lead magnet type thing. And just have the people auto-populate into your GoToWebinar can be connected through Facebook and LinkedIn using something like Zapier.com to the actual registration. So it all can be very seamless. Whatever it is, like say you're giving away a white paper or even book a consultation, all of it should be platform natives. It's the way you get to your connection. I love this quote from Mr. David Blackmore in the audience there. Shout out. Woohoo.
It's just laughing at that.
I know. Friction makes fire. So you don't want your marketing to burn down. Take out the friction. Make it easy. Like so many things, make it easy for your people. Your peeps are out there. Your people are out there. They want to work with you. Make it easy for them. All right, let's go on. Next.
I had I had a follow-up point I wanted to say on that, and now it's slipping my mind. So I'm trying to quickly think if I can get things back on track here.
Okay. It's easy.
Oh,
that's how easy it was.
Why? Okay, to back up a step, why is it important for businesses to even have somebody's email in the first place?
Oh, well, that's actually a good question because people have I remember, I don't know how many retail stores, I don't collect email address. Oh, I don't really like the people that you deal with, even if it's pre-sales, you've established some sort of connection with them. And email is sticky. If they've given you permission to connect with them, add value, entertain, good tips, like go to town on that. But you're having a communication with them. And I'm sorry, it's 2021. And a lot of that communication happens online and in email. So, take email, be judicious with it, like put value into it, but just be in continuous contact with that person.
Yeah.
Whatever continuous means. It could be daily, it could be weekly or monthly. It depends on what kind of value you're adding. But that continuous content, so let's put it this way. When we first started doing email marketing, and right now we're full transparency, we're not keeping it up at the moment. but we have to start doing it again. But when we first did every single email blast, and it still happens to this day, every single one resulted in business of some sort. Because the person, like, oh, right, yes, I remember I was going to do something with you. I was going to buy that thing right with you. I was going to, it could be small, a few $100, and sometimes it would turn into thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And the idea is, rather than hoping that the person on the other end will think of you, want to do the thing with you, and take action to do the thing with you, like pick up a phone or send you an email, is slowing down the growth of your business. By reaching out to them with an email, it means they get to reply back. And it could be a customer service issue. Hey, this didn't work well for me. I'm not happy. Again, perfect. That's when you get to have an opportunity to connect with that person and then grow your business. Again, when you're connecting with the person, you are growing your business one way or the other.
I think another important thing to add on here is that a lot of people complain about, email open rates, email response rates. They're super low. Nobody responds. Everybody unsubscribes. And I think just to give some context here, because I've seen this played out many times. If you have an email list of 500 people and you send out an email blast, let's say you get a 1% response rate in terms of somebody, signing up and buying from you. Mm-hmm. That's still 5 people that just bought from you. And with email being a free platform, you didn't have to pay for that advertising to get in front of them.
Yes, and even if 0 and low open rate, let's put it this way. If you got a low open rate on email, look at what you're putting into your email, quite frankly. And one of the things that's really, really, really apparent is we all think that we need to go viral with our content. We hear millions of views or hundreds of thousands, and we don't really realize when we communicate out there quite what's happening on the other side, because there's no direct feedback. If I say something right now to you, Arthur, I get feedback, right? I have no idea how many people are watching this, if they're going to say anything, whatever is going to happen. They watch it, they may be fine. They might be thinking of us right now to use our services or whatever it happens to be. I think I can't wait till next week. And we're not getting that feedback. We're not in a stadium getting claps or, stares at us. It's just not happening anymore. That's the same thing with email. So when you're communicating out, silence does not mean it's not been effective. You have to just continuously work at it and, have some people that have received it that you can have a one-on-one conversation with, just to, get some sense of, are you bringing value to these people? If you know that this is valuable stuff, then just stick with it. Go for it. Your audience will grow. If people aren't unsubscribing, then they're still consuming to a certain degree. Remember, even though it says a low open rate, that means that maybe like they're using Outlook and they actually aren't showing pictures, but they're still consuming your content. So they just haven't turned the pictures on, which means that your email software service like MailChimp or Constant Contact doesn't know that it's been opened. That's how they tell that the pictures load from their servers, and then they say, "Oh, that's been opened." So yes, let's put it this way. I remember tweeting at one point. I'd gone to an Apple store and I bought a small Mac, like a $500 Mac, and I took a picture of it.
Those exist?
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't you have to pay $1,000 just for the stand?
I don't. Maybe it was a $600 Mac. Anyways, and I just took a picture of it and I tweeted out, going to the dark side, because I've always been a Windows user and I kind of dislike the Mac platform. And no responses. And Twitter might say, if you look at it, 15 people or 60 people viewed it, and you're like, whatever that means. People are scrolling through, so much a day. And literally, one of my clients was, 2 months later, it was like, so how's the dark side? And I was like, what? And so you don't know what's happening on the other side. And to shut yourself up just because you haven't gotten that, what you're normally as a human used to, getting that visceral feedback, that doesn't make any sense. Well, sorry, it does make a lot of sense from a human perspective. From a business and marketing perspective, it doesn't make any sense. You literally do not know when the right time for that person to say, hey, I'm interested in you will be. And by pulling back on your content, first on saying, oh, I'm not going to bother this. I've tried it for a few weeks. I've tried it for a month. Nothing happened. Means that one, you're not getting better at it. And two, that person 6 months from now isn't going to be thinking about you because you're not communicating with them. They're like, who in their mind remembers that person that you met, 6 months ago, even if they've hired for, listen, dude, there's easily, like we've been doing this for 25 years. There's easily $1 million on the table because I didn't communicate more. Easily over that time. That's like super conservative. So yeah, anyways, lead gen capture form, get their email address, do the calls and the follow-ups and do market research with them to connect closer with them. And we got to do this. We got to do this.
Get
for
their
the
email, make them laugh.
Laugh is a great way to provide value. Yeah. Right? Just don't suck at it.
Or else you might get punished.
You might get punished. And you'll go bald. And you'll need a hell to pay. There will be hell to pay. All right. I think that's enough for, geez, that was like one question. We had a lot to talk about with that one.
Yeah, we went deep on that. Emails.
That was, yeah, we're going, yeah. Emails, like, it's retro. Emails are the new black. Let's get out of here. We got to get out of here. Thank you.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show to support small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
All right. Thank you for joining us about stuff and things and stuff. All right. So you're watching this. You've made it to the end. You've worked through all of the puns and the marketing chatter. What questions do you have? What do you want us to talk about? What tools or what problems do you want to solve? Because next week, on next week's show, we're going to return with the tools that we use, part 5, Senko, which means I would be really interested, what problems are you trying to solve? Because I am certain we have a tool that we've used for that one.
And can I add a little ominous foreshadowing here?
Yeah.
So we've had somebody make a comment about the name of our show, and how it may no longer feel so appropriate. It may feel a little bit touchy, and so I think there's going to be a fierce debate over the future name of the show. So if you have suggestions for the name of the show,
please, yes, comments, suggestions. So
I like David Blackmore's suggestion. Friction makes fire. That could be the name of a show.
Dude, yeah, that's good. All right. We were talking about reducing friction, but now we can increase friction. Anyways, so I get it, and I'm feeling really fatigued with the name as well. In fact, for a few months, I'll be like, we've got to change the name for a couple reasons. One is I've known that this show needed to change its name at some point because COVID is not going to be here forever, I promise. Or if it's going to be here forever, it won't be here in the same way, in the same relationship that we have to it now. And I also am not adverse to names that have some controversy, like some that shake people up, cause some friction. So I wouldn't stop it just for that. However, I've also been thinking about, part of me goes two ways. One goes to double down on it. Like, it's still a thing. Like, we had so much passion and drive to support people through this time. The other, and one of the reasons why we're talking, we've got to change the name, is because every time we tried to advertise this show, every platform just blocked it. It's like, no, you talk about COVID, you're not allowed to advertise it.
Yo,
Doesn't matter what it is. You got the word, the artificial intelligent beings of the world said, we don't like it. You're not going to get to promote it.
Brent,
So,
I mean, we are the underground. We are the underdogs, the underground. I think that's an area of prestige.
Dude, the algorithms, we've talked about this, are just going nuts. Like, we were also talking about illicit drugs.
Of course.
You know, that was happening.
Without even saying the words.
I don't know. There's a whole thing on TikTok now, which is say you are a without saying you are a. So say you are a millennial without saying I am a millennial. Or say my boyfriend's a geek without saying those words, right? And I was just like, what are we saying that we are promoting illicit drugs without saying it? It's like, you should be branding and communicating your special difference and really seeing possibilities in this world and opening your eyes to what could happen and connecting with yourself spiritually or something like that. I've no freak. And they were like, oh, they must be talking about LSD and crack or something. And just, anyways.
I think
AI was a little bit confused. That's what was happening.
Google put the mark on us.
Yeah, I think we're kind of slowly shaking off that scarlet letter. Mark's not quite so strong. I think we've been okay with our promotion. So I think the sensitivities have gone down a little bit. I mean, I get it. There was a ton of stuff that was happening. All right, dude. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.